Ellen and Eddie, congratulations on the celebration of learning. Um, you guys just rocked it out in your written and in your verbal. And it's such an honor after going through this journey this year, 2016, through the Lifeline certification course, to celebrate with you. How has the Lifeline certification course impacted you?
Well, Darren, in every way, shape, and form. When I first started Lifeline, I had significant depression and really couldn't even see the next hour, less more that evening or the next day. It just wasn't there. And through this process, and it has been a long one for me, but that's been my personal journey. And I am just so grateful to be here now, because I've attended several trainings, and this really feels like Consciousness College. I feel after 4 years of working really hard at this, thinking about this every day, wanting to understand it on such a deep level, but I knew I had to experience it myself inside first. It wasn't about memorizing lines, but it was about really doing the inner work myself. This feels like Consciousness College, like I'm just graduating because I got my 4-year degree in this. So that's what it feels like for me. Incredible. I really am just I am beyond grateful, because this saved my life. Grasping this technique saved my life. It did. And not only that, but I just have a passion to share it with other people. I do, in different ways. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Well, it's beyond an honor and a pleasure. Infinite gratitude. And Eddie, what's your background?
So we'll start with college. Went to the Air Force Academy. Graduated from the Air Force Academy and then went to grad school. Got my master's degree in physics, and then was in the Air Force for 10 years. Most of that as a fighter pilot, and then part of that as a glider pilot and glider instructor for cadets back at the Air Force Academy. And then after 10 years in the Air Force, I went to Chapter 2, which is 10 years at Cisco Systems, and just getting ready to hit my 10-year point at Cisco.
With that kind of background, what was the driving force for you as far as what inspired you to join the Lifeline certification course?
Listening to my intuition. I was very left-brained 20 years ago. And when I started listening to my intuition, and joining the Lifeline wasn't my first time, but it was a very important time for listening to my intuition. I would say I started really listening to my intuition and doing things from a place from my heart instead of just my mind, and practical and logical, and what your parents thought you were supposed to do and all those types of things, about 4 years ago when I started meditating. And that started opening up things. And so there was this course of events that I could go into for a long time, but it led to listening and taking a step with whatever I was listening to, and then taking another step, and then taking another step. And I found you at a Celebrate Your Life conference almost exactly a year ago. It was probably 7 or 8 months later, after I saw you for the first time and met you for the first time, that I just got another intuitive realization. And the next day I set up a discussion with you, and at the end of that, after me describing where I've come from and where I was and where I've been, and learning about techniques kind of similar to the Lifeline, but ones that don't incorporate everything, you said to me, I think you're a good fit for this. My intuition said, absolutely. And I signed up on the spot, and I haven't regretted it for a minute.
Me either. No regrets. No regrets at all.
And as a result of knowing what you know after going through the Lifeline certification, being where you're at, Eddie, who do you see yourself being in the future that you weren't able to see before that you now can see? Who do you see yourself being in the future now?
The words I got is a person full of full joy.
Mm.
And I can see parts of it. I don't see all of it, and that's okay. It comes in bits and pieces sometimes. I just see full joy moving forward because I'm listening more and more to my heart, my intuition, and the more I listen to it, the more it reinforces that those were the right decisions to make in my life, which reinforces that I want other people to make decisions from that place as well.
Wow. Both of you, congratulations. Fantastic. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.